Edith Bowman.
Hi, Bev.
Hi.
I'm loving your gold glittery eyeliner.
Oh, thank you so
It's good.
much.
And your
Thank you.
lashes.
I'm loving the style you're
Thank
rocking
you.
today.
Thank you very much. I did have tights on earlier and I thought, you know what? I'm going to take them off.
Bare-legged chic.
Bare legs. It's like the further north you go, the less they wear.
And there's
Although
not so
you're
many
right.
midges here.
Apparently not.
Oh. Well, it's getting a wee bit chilly here at Glasgow Green. I mean, we're almost near the end of the night of
hardly.
day one. Well, you
There's
know.
two enormous acts that will come on the main stage.
No, two more to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
We're not quite there.
Ed's just done a great job. I had to go out and introduce him and it was absolutely terrifying. But the crowd are so warm and welcoming. It's amazing. So good.
It's brilliant. Well, what's been happening for you today?
Well, I got here last night and went down to George Square and saw some of the crazy stuff that was going on down there. And then, you know, it's nice with these things because we all get to catch up.
Big social occasion.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's we all do our shows and we're all part of this amazing thing. And so these things are always a way of us kind of hanging out, you know, and stuff.
Did you go to the Archies?
Greg and I were going to go to the Archies, but he had a big interview to do with Lily Allen today, so he was a bit nervous about it and had some work to do. So we went back.
You never know what mood she'll be in.
Oh, she's great, Lily. She's brilliant. I saw her today. I thought she looked and sounded amazing today. So yeah, no, we didn't. We were in George Square for ages, and then we ended up staying up till about 2 in the bar and having catch ups with Zane and Greg and Scott and Hugh. So
No cocktails.
No cocktails. No. It's a long weekend, so no, you've got to pace yourself. I've learned that from past experiences. Yeah.
Now, how proud are you that Big Weekend has come to Scotland?
Brilliant. It's so great. You know, it's 8 years since we were in Dundee, and hearing that crowd giving it here away. I won't swear for you, but yeah. I mean, and there's no crowd like it. You know, it's. And even like being in Anstruther over the last couple of days and hearing how people are kind of like, oh, it's brilliant, the Radio 1's back in Scotland. And it really is. And I know that it's a big year for Glasgow and a big year for Scotland in many ways and stuff. And I think it's important for us to be here. And you look at that lineup and, you know, and I think, you know, you approach any band to do a show in Scotland and it's a no-brainer really because they know that crowd they're one of the best.
We're up for it, aren't we?
Totally. And they're not snobbish in any way when it comes to music. They just want to have a great time. And you know, I just came a while ago from watching Twin Atlantic on the New Music Week Trust stage, and that tent was packed.
And absolutely down there, it's mental.
Good to see, so good to see, and see a band like that who have, you know, they've worked hard, and especially at a time where guitar music isn't kind of, I don't think, getting the recognition that it deserves and getting the support that it deserves. But to see a band like that come through and do really well was like brilliant.
Now, can I just ask, obviously last night the City Chambers was all lit up, loads of lasers and lights. How emotional was it for you? Did you shed a tear?
It was amazing because I was actually stood with everyone from work and all the kind of visualization and sound and all that lot that put it all together. It was really funny. Matt, who had done the mix of music, was there. We could just watch his little face. You know, that's the thing that kind of people forget, is that there's so much work goes on into all that kind of stuff, and to see that kind of group of people last night who were seeing it all actually happen, you're like kind of that, oh, brilliant. And it just reminds you how lucky you are to be kind of part of this huge machine that's Radio 1. So I feel kind of really chuffed and honoured to be part of it.
It's all seemed pretty flawless. I think Zane Lowe managed to stop 2 records by mistake during his set. He was saying, he said he managed to recover himself well. And any little errors on your part?
I had to DJ before Twin Atlantic went on, and I was absolutely pumped for it, and I'd like kind of planned a set, got up there and got my first record in, hit play, was getting ready to put my second one on. That stopped working. The second CDJ wasn't working, so I was like, oh my god. So they brought in a second one, plugged it in, same thing. I'm like,
what are the crowd doing at this point?
They just kind of, well, there's music on, but there's a minute 20 left on the track that's kind of winding down. I'm like, that, come on. But I ended up having to do that kind of like, let the record stop, get the next one in for like 20 minutes, and then it got working. So nothing you can do, you just got to get on with it.
You didn't break a sweat?
Underneath this exterior there was a little bit of sweat going on.
I don't believe that. You're cool as a cucumber.
A little bit, yeah. But you know, you kind of just got to get on with it.
Now I heard there's been quite a few different things been going on backstage. Pharrell had a bit of a dressing room. I don't know if you managed to see his quarters.
I haven't seen anyone's quarters, but I have been told about this amazing, enormous greenhouse that's sat in front of us at the minute, and that's the artist bar. So I'm going to go and have a look in that after.
I didn't see One Direction amongst the banana
They
trees.
had to head off. They're playing Dublin tonight. So, that's the thing with a lot of the artists as well. Bastille flew in from their American tour, especially to play today. Lily's off at 8 o'clock. She's got to get somewhere else. So, that's kind of, you see the commitment that the artists make and how important it is for them to be part of it. So you see that. But I did see Pharrell's dancers getting involved with the juicer in catering. So they were doing their ginger shots. So I think if they're doing it, I've got to do it. So yeah.
Oh, so you had a ginger
I'm
shot?
about to, yeah. That's what my tea.
I like it. Now,
my tea.
I have to ask you as well, obviously this has been a big weekend in more than one way. The Glasgow School of Art burning down.
Oh, I didn't hear about this. Now, someone mentioned what happened.
Well, basically there was a fire that started in the basement that went right up to the top of the building.
Oh my God, that's
they
horrible.
say they might have been able to salvage about 70%, but the firemen are working hard to sort of save things.
Do they know what started it?
Possibly a projector exploding.
God, that's
But,
horrible.
any thoughts on that? I mean, does it hold something strong to your heart?
Well, I mean, I didn't go to uni or anything in Glasgow and stuff, but I think that I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of kind of students' work involved in all that kind of thing, and that's it's a tragedy when stuff like that happens. It's there was a fire down in Camden recently as well, and there's 600 people evacuated, and I think the main thing is that no one was hurt.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing to make sure it's happened with it, and then as you say, salvage as much as you possibly can.
I mean, it's Charles Rennie Mackintosh. So.
Yeah, it's sad when you hear stuff like that happening, but it's kind of. Yes, I remember having a fire in our house when I was little and stuff, and it's just that smell that you kind of. Whenever whenever there's something like that happens and you can smell stuff, it kind of transports me back to, I think I was like 7 at the time when it happened and stuff. It's like, but yeah, again, no one was hurt, and for me, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad news.
I'm sorry to have brought it down such a note, but on to the party of the big weekend, and you're going to be here tomorrow and living it up as well.
I've got I'm doing radio tomorrow afternoon between 1 and 4 with Hugh, which involves me doing a lot of running around and introing on stage. Kings of Leon, Sam Smith, John Newman, DJing before London Grammar, going on the In Music We Trust stage tomorrow night. So I'm really looking forward to that because I think they're incredible.
Brilliant.
So lots of stuff going on. It's exciting.
Great to see you. Let's do some ginger shots.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Bev. Cheers.